Yeehaw, cowpokes! Westworld is officially getting a fourth chapter, and after a bonkers season 3 finale, we are dying to know what happens next.
I'm gonna save the f***ing world.
Sure you are, buddy. On this spoiler-filled IMD brief, we take a look at some wild Westworld Season 4 fan theories to tide us over until the series returns. Fan theory number 1, the distant future. Let's begin at the end of Season 3, that is. In one of 2 post-credit sequences, we find Bernard, played by Jeffrey Wright, sitting motionless in the hotel we last saw him, covered in a thick layer of dirt. Fans believe that the dirt represents a large passage in time and that Season 4, at least in part, will take place in the distant future.
What's about to happen was always gonna happen.
The theory is further supported by another post-credit sequence from the Season 2 finale, in which William, played by Ed Harris, walks through the dirt-covered ruins, we're seeing a pattern here, of the Forge, a laboratory for collecting data on guests that had always appeared as pristine. Series co-creator Lisa Joy made it clear that this moment takes place in the far future, meaning that this and the Bernard scene could take place in the same timeline.
Where are we?
We're in our own new world.
Fan theory 2, multiple timelines. It is theorized that Season 4, like the first, will traverse multiple timelines, including the distant future and the events right after Crisis Theory, following Maeve and Caleb, played by Tandy Newton and series newcomer Aaron Paul. Series co-creator Jonathan Nolan recently hinted at more fun with chronology in Season 4, saying, "I think one of the fun things of the show is it has the ability to jump around in time."
And how long have you been here?
Fan theory number 3, the rise of the hosts. In the other post-credit sequence in the Season 3 finale, we learn that Hale, played by Tessa Thompson, is making an army of hosts. Some fans believe the series will take a cue from the 1976 film Future World, the sequel to the original Westworld, where the corporation Delos tries to take over the planet by replacing powerful people with robots. Not only is it theorized that Hale will do the same with her army of hosts, but that she will succeed in overthrowing the world and enslaving humans.
Welcome to the end, William.
Some believe that this is supported by the super AI, Rehoboam's prediction of the cataclysmic future for mankind. And we aren't talking about Mick Foley. As well as the somber words of a host from a scene that takes place in the future of the series.
This isn't a simulation, William. This is your world. Or what's left of it.
Fan theory number 4, Dolores' return. On a more positive note, many believe that Dolores, who is portrayed by the amazing Evan Rachel Wood, will make a return in the next season, despite being essentially erased for good at the end of 3. When asked about the character, series executive producer and writer Denise Day recently discussed how death can be impermanent in Westworld.
You're alive. I was so worried about you.
Additionally, there were 5 different pearls or versions of Dolores in Season 3. 1 was corrupted in Hale's host body. 2 were seemingly destroyed, while 2 pearls remain. 1 in the decapitated head of Musashi's host body, and 1 in Lawrence's living host body. Bernard could use 1 of these 2 remaining pearls to return the favor to Dolores, since she brought him back to life at the end of Season 2.
It'll take both of us if we're going to survive.
For more futuristic fan theories and trending stories, stay glued to imdb.com/imdbrief.